We're going to take a look at Polygon MATIC. Let's get it. Yeah, MATIC is a coin that I honestly am starting to get pretty interested in from a... This looks like a damn good choice for something to try to scoop up in a deep in a bear market. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, structurally, it's still holding up pretty good. What is this hitting? Ooh, it's already hitting its weekly 10. Look at that. Wow. And Bitcoin's really far. Bitcoin is like $3,200 away from its weekly 10. So this is pretty damn aggressive. So I drew this box long before it hit it, right? And it's getting a nice bounce. How high could it go? I mean, usually a bounce in a bear market it can go just above. I would say the next origin line up, so let's zoom into there and see what it's doing. So we know what the large scale is doing. It's on its weekly 10. Oh, look at it land right on it too. So this is the really small candles. So these are 5-minute candles interacting with the weekly EMA. It's beautiful. Gosh, this doesn't look like it's going to slow down. I would say it's going to try to race up to here, and that's going to be 95. I know you can barely see that line. I'll make it white for now. But that's one of the origin lines. So if I zoom out, and you can see that white line now. See that white line? So this white line has gotten a lot of play from the very beginning of price action back here. Then it consolidated on it for a while. It crashed under it, so use it as resistance. Let's zoom in. Same white line, right? It crashed under the white line, used it as resistance, couldn't hold it, and now it probably wants to go touch it again. That's what I would say. So that's $9.50, or that's 95 cents. Yeah, it looks like it's going to hit 95, 96 cents to me. Yeah, I would not be short on this sucker until that moment. And even when it got there, I would be cautiously shorting. I wouldn't be super confident, but even if it were to resolve to the upside, you'd probably get a pullback in which you could put your stop at break even for a risk-free trade, right? It's probably going to slow down there if it gets there. But yeah, that would be my next target for MATIC is roughly 95 cents, and those are all the reasons why. Now, what would make me kind of go against that? Well, is the MTF EMA indicator. What is it actually called? It's called... Oh, yeah, it's literally called MTF EMA, and put on the weekly 10, and then you can go to really small candles, any candles. You can go to like the 1-minute chart if you wanted to. If price went below this moving average, the weekly 10, and used it as resistance, then I would say that the chances of price getting up to 95 cents starts becoming improbable. So the weekly 10 would keep going like this, or, oops, wrong way. Something to that effect. So even small candles, you don't have to have weekly closes, nothing. These small candles are a big deal. Like how they interact with large EMAs, I can't stress this enough. That's the power of using the MTF EMA. You can see what the bots, and because 80 to 90% of all crypto trading volume is bots, right? It's literally you're watching bots and how they're behaving and how their programs are and how they're battling against each other, just the battle of bulls and bears. It's mostly bots. You're trading against bots, whether you like it or not. That's true. And so you could see how they're if it were to do this, I mean, you would be very confident. You wouldn't even have to have like daily closures or nothing. All of this could happen within 8 hours, and I would probably say at the point where, so let's say it went below it, use it as resistance a few times. At the point it goes, use that as resistance and goes below the initial low from going below it. Once it were to go below that point like this, then it's improbable for 95 cents to happen. So that would be essentially my invalidation point. So in summary, as of now, MATIC looks like it's going to hit 95 cents. And the conditions to make that very unlikely, where you can start thinking about other stuff, is the weekly 10. Under those conditions I just showed, if the weekly 10 ends up being used as resistance by any time frame whatsoever, you'd have to have a couple mountains of resistance on small time frames, but the weekly 10 would be the invalidation point for that. And until that happens, I think 95 cents is rather likely.